fellow Toastmasters and guests, good evening.
Good evening.
Today I am going to deliver my speech number 6, which is a bit tough for me, and let's try to do it, yes. It's 12 years boy struggling to cope up with his study, looking desperately for someone to teach him and to gain more knowledge on his subject. And this boy belonged to a village where very few well-educated people was there in that village. And he was going to study in city, so he's a little bit nervous and he's trying to cope up with his study, how he should better perform and to gain knowledge on his subject. So he approached to a person who resided in the same village, having better knowledge, studied in higher classes, and one morning he decided to approach him, and he approached to his house, and he was sitting with his friends, and he approached and requested him that, can you please teach me on this subject? I want to better perform in my class. I want to really at the top of other people's. I am really struggling to find to learn more knowledge. Class study is not adequate for me. And that gentleman was sitting along with his friend. So he requested, and when he requested, that gentleman laughed at him. And along with his friend, instead of guiding him, that instead he started teasing him. He became so nervous, so upset, and he was so much disappointed. His other friends were so much teasing, he literally was in tears. And he came back from that incident, and he decided himself that one day I am going to do better than what he is, and one day I will excel and prove that I can do better than what you are, what he is at that point. And that boy has become man, and this is in front of you. That's that is story from that moment. But the point I am trying to put here is, I consider him as my enemy. I choose my enemy myself to excel him. I want to ask a question to all of you. How many of you had opportunity to choose your own enemy, to excel him? How many of you had? That may be your role model. Yes, thank you. Yeah. That may be your role model, that you consider him as your enemy, and set yourself that one day you are going to exceed him and do better than what he is doing today at that moment of time. So I had opportunity to choose my opponent and prove myself that one day I can exceed to what he was doing that point. It may be anybody. It may be your friend. Yeah, maybe your friend, your boss, could be anybody. That you decide yourself and say, I want to exceed one day beyond what he is doing it. So it is very much recommended that first you identify your enemy, okay, and then set your goal, that what you want to achieve in your life, and identify your enemy. And that is sometimes it's very tough to identify. Like if you identify your enemy, suppose it's some bad person, you identify, no, I want to go above this person, and if his character is not good, obviously you cannot copy him in one-to-one. So it is very important that you identify your enemy wisely, that you want to copy him, you exceed him. So and selecting your enemy is, again, you see your capability, how capable you are, and what exactly you want to achieve, and how you are going to match with your enemy. It's sometimes may be strange that you want to exceed with your boss, and you will not be able to tell him that I want to exceed you. No, I want to become your boss. It will be strange, telling your boss that no, I want to become your boss. But if you are working in office, definitely you may have somewhere in your mind that you want to exceed him. So you choose your opponent, your enemy, such a way that he will be on your mind 24 hours. and he will be is residing somewhere, residing with you. You will be imaging him every time. So choose your opponent very carefully. And in this instance, since you cannot tell, even you cannot share with anybody, so you have to motivate yourself. How you will motivate that one day you are going to become or perform better than what he is. So it is yourself that you daily review your goal, your target, and you motivate yourself by daily reviewing where you are, what you are going to do, how you are going to achieve it. And once you achieve it, it is very important that you acknowledge it. Since it's not an enemy in the sense, it's not that you are going to fight war with him. Okay, you are doing something to achieve better in your life. So once you achieve it, and be always polite with your opponent. It's not always easy, and you acknowledge it. By acknowledging it, you will be feeling satisfaction. As I said, enemy may be anywhere. It may be in your neighbor, it may be in your office, in your class, maybe even in your home also. How it may be. At home, if you lose it, you are the winner. If you win it, your life will be hacked. So be careful of your enemy, selecting your enemy, and be polite with your enemy. When you win it, acknowledge it. I would like to read a famous quote in this instance, which was made by E.L. Doctorow. Your enemy brought out your dormant primal instinct. He lit up the primitive circuit of your brain. Thank you very much. Over to you.